Say this 3 times fast. Has your email list growth stalled? Doesn't seem so hard when you say it's slow.
Right.
Has your email list growth stalled? I was gonna attempt it 3 times, but you weren't
Three
feeding me, so
times?
I just stalled. I stalled. My email list growth hasn't, but Julie, if I'm being honest with you, I've had quite a few Zoom calls with, clients and friends over the last week or 2, and I've heard pretty much unanimously from them that their email list, um, just has stayed where it is in terms of amount of subscribers. So that means we may be having some unsubscribe, and the very few that do, we've got a few more coming in, and it's just kind of staying balanced. Have you seen that
Right.
right now?
Oh, yeah, definitely, and I think especially coming off of the holidays and into the new year, people are just they're they're strapped for money, they're not in the receptive or buying mode, like, I can remember being so far in credit card debt that I didn't wanna, like I had the blinders on. I
Yep.
didn't want to see anything, especially all these offers from, all of these emails that I was getting every day. So, yeah, I totally can see how this time of year it would definitely stall out.
It's hard to, put yourself in that spending freeze, but that's a restraint that some people need. But
For
even,
sure.
like, in terms of a lead magnet or something valuable, I don't know if consumers as a whole are getting a little more, um, conscientious about who they're giving their email to. Is
Mhm.
this valuable enough for me? Does it meet the skill that I wanna learn? Because I don't wanna be having to, like, unsubscribe from 80 different lists because I've given my name to everybody, you know? So that's kind of the restraint as well, not just the financial side, but it's like, does this really match or solve a problem that I'm having right now?
Right. Well, I think too, a lot of what I've seen happen is after the world shut down, everybody went online. And so we were getting this overload of information via email. And coming back out of that, now we're at the point like you see all your email box just have hundreds of messages. And now you have to weed through all of that to see what's actually valuable and what you actually want.
Mhm.
So I think that's why we're stepping into a period now where as marketers, we really have to not only niche down, but really get clarity on who we're wanting to speak to naturally, and so it's, that's not a hard marketing tactic. It's hard to market to somebody that yeah, it's a product that you have no interest in, but we really need to, like, create that personal relationship with our email subscribers, and AI is coming into the world. We're coming off of, COVID, and I think we're just gonna have to really tighten the reins a little bit to, who we're marketing to, what we're marketing, and then how to grow and build that list, with momentum. I tell people, think of it kinda like, you're in a bathtub, and you can have that slow trickle in, but also your drain's leaking, and it's slowly going down, and I came across, bundles, you introduced me to those, and that's really like being able to open the faucet wide
Yeah.
open to bring in new email subscribers, and it's really a great way to get your email list revived if it feels like it's stalled or if it's very stagnant.
So I have a question for you, but before I ask, I want our listeners to know, like, if you feel that you resonate all too well with what we're saying, or you know someone who does have a goal of growing their email list, but it is stalled or it is stagnant right now, I want you to share this conversation out with them because we do have a viable solution. It's not strenuous, it's actually a lot of fun. So definitely share this. And I want to know, Julie, when it comes to opening that email, what excites you as a reader? What are you looking for as a reader?
Oh, the first thing right out of the gates, the subject line. And when I hired you as a coach, I'm looking I came to you, it's like, "Why am I'm not getting open rates? What's wrong with my emails?" And you're like, "Your subject lines suck."
It does sound like something I would say.
Yeah, it's fun. Really focusing in on really thinking what would draw your attention and what would make you want to click on that email, and that's something, that we we dive into as far as exploring those subject lines to really get, because that's the first thing you've got to get them to do. You've got to get them to open your email. And if that subject line is trash, then your open rates, you've just cranked open your drain on your bathtub because they're not going to engage.
So I've never picked your brain on like a personal level before. Like, what does it for you? Is it funny, humor? Is it a cliffhanger? What excites you to be like, I gotta see what's inside this
I'm
thing?
almost like humor, like tongue in cheek, cheeky. Um, yeah, some of the emails that you've sent, so the subject line have just been like, "Oh boy."
I've definitely earned some unsubscribes because of the things I've said.
Right. It just means they're not your people, and it just opens up your list for the people to on it. Yeah.
Okay, that used to hurt my feelings, and I was a very immature marketer. And then I grew up and realized, like, hey, thank you for exiting yourself because you're not my person, and I don't want to pay for you to be on my list. So that's maturity and that's growth.
Yeah.
So, um, let's look at the flip side. If we're talking about a dull, boring email that you wouldn't open, what would that look like as far as a subject line?
A dull, boring email?
Yeah, like if you come across this subject line, you know you wouldn't open it. You wouldn't give it the time of day.
Um,
Putting her on the spot just for
hard
you
putting
guys.
me on the spot. Now I have to think. I should just go to my email box real quick and look. Just do that, and we'll actually show you some subject lines that just don't do it for me. Um,
Hey, Crystal.
yeah, let me find one here. This one's very boring. Let me skip past that one.
Is it mine?
No, no, girl, you know that.
I know.
Um, I've I've been ordering too much stuff. I've got a lot of order emails in here. Don't
Your husband is sitting right
Oh,
next to you.
he left.
Oh,
He left. We're good. Um, I will tell you this one. The one that you shared to me is very click worthy. It's recession proof side hustle. Heck yeah, I'm smashing that email. Um,
recession-proof side hustle.
yeah, yeah. Gosh, I'm trying to. All these are for like direct messages.
So I want you guys put in the comments what works for you. What excites you when you look at a subject line and you go, I have to open this. Is it funny? Is it tongue in cheek, like Julie said? Sometimes I'll write as if I'm in the middle of a sentence and leave it kind of like a cliffhanger. And it's not to bait people, it's that we have to work methodically in a way that does increase the open rates because the story inside your email can be so good as can the offer and the solution that's in the email. But if you do not get those open rates, they're never ever going to see what's inside. So,
Right.
we
You
were
as a subject line, if somebody says, "Here's what worked for me," what are you talking about? There's no reference as to. I think your subject line really kind of needs to poke at that pain point of what your subscriber is feeling.
so the
And
curiosity, gotcha.
yeah, like as you say, you don't you want to pour a little salt on the wound, not to hurt them, but for their benefit because you have something valuable to offer.
Yeah, for sure. So I like earlier how you were talking about like we've got to be more like niche specific.
Yeah.
And I want to shift into how bundles really support that. Because if you are experiencing kind of a stalled out growth or you feel that stagnancy and you're like, man, just nothing seems to be working right now, you either haven't heard of bundles, you haven't dove into bundles, or you haven't found the right bundle, which we can definitely help you with. So tell us a little bit about what a bundle is and who it's for, really.
Okay. Bundles are basically a collaboration of everybody coming together. We take a paid offer and we offer it for free for a specific amount of time. And that depends on whatever the host sets it as. It could be a week, could be 2 weeks, could be 3 days. And everybody promotes it. And then when somebody clicks on your offer, it takes them right to your page, and then you get that email subscriber. The one thing I absolutely love about bundles is they are they're theme and niche aligned. So if this is your audience, this audience is already warmed up. So you're not really marketing to a cold audience where you really have to warm up. These people are already warm. They're your people, and they obviously they have of offers. And if they click on yours, that means they want what you have. That's what I absolutely love about bundles. And I love the fact that bundles can work for anybody, no matter what stage of business you're in, whether you're a complete beginner and have no idea how to grow your email list, whether, like we're talking about today, if your email list growth has stalled, this is another way to kind of bubble it up and get it active and engaged again. Or it can be really used to somebody already in business that's seasoned but really wants to scale. You know, it's a lot. The more eyes you have on your product, the more conversions you have.
I love that. You know that I've been like such a Pinterest nerd for so many years. So when we found bundles, it was like one of the things I love about Pinterest is if they're not interested in what it is you're talking about, they're not going to click on your pin. They're not going to click on the link that's attached to your pin. And so whatever your offer is that you've included in that bundle, if they don't need it, they're just going to keep scrolling right by. So
Right.
what we're seeing as a result of really collaborating in these bundles is higher open rates because it's the people like Julie just said who want to hear from you based on what you've provided in the bundle, um, and higher click rates. I know when you started joining bundles, your open rates skyrocketed, but so did your income. You started
Yeah.
making way more revenue when those people, the right people, started coming into your email list. I've been able to, blessed enough to watch it, and I'm like, this is so cool when you can see results and see that, the action paying off.
Mhm.
And I like that you said it doesn't matter what stage of business you're in. If you have a very, very small list and you're looking to grow it, bundles are a great way to do that. You don't have to worry about paying for ads on Facebook or Pinterest or whatever. Um, you don't have to get on stage and speak to generate leads. This is a very low resistance, I would say, to get that. And one thing I love, we were talking earlier about the noise online and people not really wanting to just grab every old lead magnet nowadays. One of the things I love, so Julie has a course. It's called Bundle Like a Boss. We're going to give you an invite to that. Uh, Fabulous, fabulous course. I mean, it's very well done. It's very well put together. You will have all the support and the success. I mean that. But one of the things that you do with your students is you meet with them and you go over their lead magnet to see how you can take it from an 8 to a 10 or from a non-existent to a 10.
Right.
What does the structure look like if someone says, hey, what's this course thing?
Mhm.
What does it look like on the inside?
Well, I call it the 4C boss framework. So in the first module is clarity. This is where we get really clear on what you're offering. And we look at kind of the end game of where you want your new subscriber to be. You know, maybe it's a product that you want to offer. We reverse engineer that to help create that lead magnet or that free offer. And we dive in and we look at bundles and we figure out, which bundle really fits your product and your niche. And so we get clear on your offer, we get very clear on your audience. And then in the second module, we talk about collaboration, and that's where I take you online. I use one particular Facebook group where I find 90% of my bundles that I submit to. And we go dig in and we look at the themes and we walk through it together to see if this bundle would be a fit for you. And in the third module, it's capture. And that's where we talk about that first email that delivers the product and then, a sequence, like a very small sequence to warm them up to the final product that you want to promote. Because like I said, they're already warmed up. So getting them from point A to point B of the product that you want to sell that's a lot of shorter span to do that within. And then we teach you, and then the module 4 is conversions of how to convert those people into a warmer audience and loyal clients and repeat purchasers. And then there's a bonus module called confidence, Because when you first start out doing this, I personally made a lot of mistakes along the way. And, jumping into this, the reason the course came about is because I was inviting people to come into bundles that I was hosting, and they're just like deer in the headlight look. They're like, I don't even know how to do this. So walking him through that whole process, helping him build that confidence, and then coming up with it's as simple as one really good lead magnet, and you can rinse and repeat that and just keep using it over and over and over again in different bundles.
I love that you said that because that was going to be my question for you. It's like you don't have to build 10 or 20 different things. You can have one solid solution for people and apply to different bundles throughout the year. Do you know or do you remember what the most amount of leads you generated in just one bundle was?
The last bundle I did a little over 300.
Dang. And
But
how long was that? Do you
it was a
remember?
21-day bundle.
Okay.
Um, but I can also, I mean, I can have so many stories about that. I literally got in 2 months, went from basically 0 to 400 new subscribers with one, uh, PDF ebook on mom guilt.
Wow.
I've literally gotten over 1,000 just from one lead magnet on how to monetize Pinterest, and then I'm upselling them into your course. So it's it's just crazy the amount of people that you can reach in these collaborations, and that's what I love because in some of these collaborations, you may be collaborating with others that already have thousands on their email list. In fact, one of the most recent bundles that I hosted, one gal had over 8,000 people on her list, and I can't remember what her stats were, but she had really good open rates and really good click-through rates, and I got hosting that bundle, I got over 1,000 by hosting. Of course, hosting, you get all the emails, and that's a whole other can of worms we'll open up later on when I get that course built. But it's just, we get so used to instant gratification when we're marketing. And when we don't see it online, it's very frustrating, especially for me on social media. When I was starting out, I'm like, I just can't do this. It's not sustainable, especially with the lifestyle that I was wanting to live.
For
But when
sure.
doing bundles and you start seeing this just constant trickle of numbers, and then it just like builds momentum and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So now I can go to my one page in my back office and I can see all the bundles I've contributed in, and I can see all these new subscribers and my conversion rates. And it just excites me. It just to
Oh,
know that I can do it. And it's once you've done it once and you can just rinse and repeat it, it's really not that hard.
that's right. And it's not. And so Julie has kind of wrapped this together for us in a course. It's called Bundle Like a Boss. I didn't ask her. I told her, like, you better make me an affiliate for this because I believe in this so much. That's why I shared it with Julie in the first place. I never tracked my numbers as closely as you have, but I know the bundles that I'm in, I have literally generated hundreds of leads per bundle. And that's because you have the clarity of who you're partnering with in the bundle. You have that clarity and that specificity in your offer. And then it's only the people who want or need it are going to click and take you up on that offer. So this is a great way. Like I said, Julie mentioned lifestyle without having to post 3 reels a day or 10 times a day on any specific social media platform, without a team or insane organization. That's not sustainable for the average person.
Right.
Got to be a little bit of a machine to be able to do that. And I don't want to work like that. Julie doesn't want to work like that. And even traveling and speaking on stages, I've really, really slowed that side of my business down because of being a caregiver for my dad. Adriana's sports and basketball schedule was insane. So we started leaning into bundles and growing faster and better. I want to relationships is the word I'm looking for with that email list. So right now, is your course still listed at 67?
It is. Now,
Okay.
we're still
So
kind of in building mode, but once we get it
Yep.
up and done, we're gonna be raising that price here. I can't give you a definite date on that, but the price is going to go up.
Okay, so this is an opportunity to step into something that's proven, it works, we have results, It's not just one or two people having results. It's the entire community having results. People who feel like they're not good marketers on social, they are generating leads through bundles, and bundles are completely free to partner with. And so is a one-time $67 investment. You can step in, partner with Julie's community and her other students, and get this built in, like I said, a very low resistance way and environment. Find those bundles now. Start now. It's March. It's already almost the end of our first quarter, 2026. It's bananas. And if you have any questions, comment with those. I'm looking back. Julie's looking back. I did put the link to her course right there. That is my affiliate link, spoiler alert. So if you do step in with us, I'm going to make a little bit of commission, and I'm okay with that. I'm kidding.
True.
I know you're okay with that.
Yeah.
But, we want to add that value. We want to help you build in a way that if your lifestyle aligns with what ours looks like now, you don't want to post 3 times a day, 10 times a day. Let's help you hone this in and just get the momentum and that action now. Because your email list could look very, very different in a month or two, and especially by the end of 2026.
Absolutely.
Is that everything?
It is. I'm just going to tell people a personal story. I stuck my head in the sand when it came to email marketing. I was told, create the lead magnet, put your pop-up everywhere and on your graphic of your web, they'll pop out on your website. And I just, it's like I was like a toddler that was outside playing in the dirt and mom came out to get me to take me to the bathtub. I was kicking and screaming. I didn't want to do email. And then when you introduced me to bundles and I jumped in, and like I said, I made some mistakes along the way, but when I started seeing the momentum, now I'm like you with Pinterest. I geek out on email marketing and building your email list. And it just lights me up inside.
It should,
Oh,
because it's
yeah.
really cool to see your open rates have totally changed. I mean, now you have thousands of subscribers on your list and you started with 0. I
Mhm.
mean, I don't mean to downgrade Julie because she's an amazing human, but I will say, if Julie can do this, you
Yeah.
can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. So we want to partner with you. We do want you to step into the course if what we're saying is landing right now, like, yeah, that's my time, and join before she increases the price on us. So,
Yeah.
thank you as always for your,
Absolutely. I feel like it's been forever since we've done a live together.
I know,
But time, but coming online, we've done it in a while. So
I know. All
and you
right,
never know
friends.
what you're gonna get or what's gonna come out of our mouths. So there's that.
Well, hey, I'm going to bring you back next Wednesday. How does that sound?
Hey, it works for me.
Okay, friends, we'll see you next Wednesday, but we hope to see you before then inside of the Bundle Like a Boss course. Julie is a really, really good teacher, and I promise you, my personal commitment is you're going to come in and you are going to be able to do this and you are going to see results. It's that good. So we'll see you inside. See you next week, Jules.
Bye for now.
Bye.